can't schedule it. It just goes all squirrely. Oh, Lord. All right, got a few seconds while I wait for someone to show up. But just for posterity, the people who are watching this later, hi. Welcome to the warbossfitz channel. I'm warbossfitz, and today we are painting some Ossified Undead. And for this stream today, or for this army, I'm going to be using Fleshcraft Studios. These are their children of something. I can't forget. I remember off the top of my head. First I'm going to do is knock the camera. Awesome start. Let's do this. We'll do this. There we go. Greetings, Stephen White. How you doing? How you doing? You get to watch me fight with the thing. Why does it look so zoomed in? That's why. Okay. Okay, here we go. Evening, everybody. So, this is what I've been working on this week. As you can see, the printer's been humming. This is just a part of it. This will be my harvester. And this will be, these are the immortals. And then we got the stalkers here. Yeah, we're going to be using a couple of blank speed paints because this Blood Moon Red works great for just blood. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to give these guys, hold on. Ooh. First thing I'm going to do is give these guys a white dry brush because I tried to do a bone dry brush and it just is not contrasting enough. So I'm going to go to the handy dandy apple barrel white. Yeah, Fleshcraft has some cool stuff. So I'm just going to go right over this guy again. Let's see how I can get the camera to a spot I like. I swear, normally on the main channel when I was doing live streams, I could like set everything up and get the camera angles right. But now, where it thinks I'm a brand new tuber, it's like, we don't want you to be able to schedule stuff, because God forbid I come on here and say naughty things or something. I don't do that, I swear. So just give these nice white dry brush. And then for the base coat here, I went to Walmart today and I got some of, it's a camouflage paint color, camouflage spray paint. So, don't think I went and bought a $30 can of spray paint just for these guys. It's mostly for my wife who's listening in the background. So how's everybody doing today? What's going on out there in the world? How are you guys doing? But if you want to freak out somebody during a game of skeletons, put dry elbow pasta in a baggie and slowly squeeze and twist the bag between your hands. It sounds like bones cracking. Awesome. Back pain from shoveling snow, otherwise fine. Yeah. I'm lucky with my channel, the wife is finally playing OPR. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. See, we didn't get any snow down here this time. Well, we did get snow, but it was 40 miles an hour snow that didn't stick to anything. And mostly it was just me walking outside and getting hit directly in the eyeballs with snowflakes at 40 mile an hour. Everyone's like, it's dark outside. Why are you wearing your sunglasses? Freaking safety glasses at this point. You know, you guys know me. I troll all kinds of social media stuff, mostly because sometimes I just got downtime at work, and I've been trying to push more stuff to Facebook. Mini glass shards in the retina. And speaking of your wife playing OPR, I came across this post. I can't remember if it was Reddit or Facebook. If you saw the Black Cauldron, that's how they did the skeleton sounds. Cool. Oh, well, there you go. You got lucky there. My wife plays pretty much just World of Warcraft, and then we had a spat on Ark Survival Evolved. She played that with me, but after that, nah. But like I was saying, I think it was Facebook or Reddit. A guy was like, I've looked at 40K, and then he felt it was too complicated, so he heard about OPR and tried OPR, and he's like, OPR is very complicated too. I can't get my head around it. And I just wanted to post like, dude, what? What are you doing? The key with OPR is just don't think about it too hard. Don't try to find ways to game the system like 40K does. Because I promise you, it is not there. Okay, so there's our immortals. These stalkers might be a little sketchy to do this with. Because they are very, very thin. So what we're doing here is we're just making a base for the bone. Got the tans for the deeper, and then the whites for the raised part of the bone. And then also when we put our reds and stuff on there for the bloody parts, just having it, ooh, that might crack. Just having the white on there to help highlight. The rest of it should be good. We played 2 games of Warfleet for the channel this weekend. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, over on the main channel, I'm doing my 1 random game a week. This one, I quite literally just uploaded it. Well, it's probably not going to be uploaded for another 2 or 3 hours as YouTube goes through and make sure I didn't violate anything. But yeah, Warfleets might be on the menu for the next one. Oh, there's the furnace. Because I haven't done it in so long. Oh, there you go. I haven't even looked at the Warfleet rules in a while. All right. This one here's going to be one of our bony lords. Okay, simple enough. And then our harvester. Come here, you big bastard. Check this thing out. It's got just gore parts, body parts, it's ripping a guy in half in the front here, ripping his arm off. Yeah. Took a whole bottle of resin just for the base. Yeah. 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 Well, the first Titan I printed was the mummified Undead one. It was the one that was bursting out of the ground, and yeah, that was about it. It took a whole kilo for just the base. So, something else I wanted to talk about today. It just kind of hit me because I got home, I got on YouTube, as I do every night. It's an awesome model. It is an awesome model. I get a kick out of people who say stuff's too complicated. It's like the fantasy teams. The guy can recite what the high school stats of the player are, but looking at stock markets are too hard. Me likey. So yeah, something else. I got home, got on YouTube, and then I saw Morty and Glory doing a live stream, as he always does, every night. Come home, and I just know that he's going to be there. And they would talk about the new Yarrick model. And then, as people were talking about it, I looked it up and was like, wait a minute. Yarrick, who is a character that's been around forever, you weren't able to play him in 10th. They just took the rules away for it. And now they're coming out with new rules and a new model for Yarrick. I was like, so you haven't been able to play with this model for 3 years. I even hollowed at least one piece. It wasn't. Yeah. You haven't been able to play with Yarrick for 3 years just because GW... in their infinite wisdom, decided that was just the way it was going to be. And then they make a new model for it. And they haven't released new rules for it yet, but they are going to release new rules for it yet. Video looking weird for anyone else? Let me make sure. Well, I got all my bars and stuff. Was this? So you haven't been able to play him for 3 years. And then GW just comes out and goes, yeah, psych, you can play him now. Or you can play him when we release this thing, probably in 11th edition. And everyone is so excited about it. My first thought when I saw that was, it's fine on my phone, but laptop not so good? Huh. I don't know. My first thought when I saw all that was like, what in the Stockholm Syndrome is going on with 40k players? He didn't have a Legends thing. He didn't have nothing. He was just gone. And all of a sudden he's back. Yay! I would be pissed. I would have been pissed. You took this thing just to give it back. Act like it's a new release. We could have been playing with this thing the whole time. But no. Boom. Okay. Okay. So believe it or not, the bone is done. Now it's time to do some blood. Show us the dice. The dice are still upstairs. Actually, where are the dice? Okay, I'm gonna go grab them. coming. Alright. Alright, so. Yes. I got a package in the mail. Othelios there decided that my rolls were so bad I needed dice. So he decided to order me $500 dice. All different colors. Well, different pip colors. So those are going to be making their appearance on stream here pretty soon. Fuzzy. Huh. I don't know. What's going on? I don't know. Hello, Colin. Good afternoon, you handsome lump of orc. Well, it's nighttime here for me. GW carrying the paddle in Animal House. Thank you, sir. I have another. Yeah, no. They're not bringing him back in the lore. In the lore, he never died. He's been there the whole time. At least, that's what I can say. At least that's what I think. Alright, so we can do that. Do. Now good. Maybe I had to shock the camera. Be just putting all those dice in front of the camera made it go. Hua! All right. So for our blood, we're going to be using Blood Moon Red. Pull my sleeves up. Pull my sleeves up. Get out my thingy. Put the thingy on there. Okay. A bit of Blood Moon Red. We're going to put a little bit of Flow Improver in there as well. Our wonderful Liquitex Flow Improver. Just a couple drops. There we go. Put that over there. Now we must select the brush. This brush, maybe. No, this brush. Yeah, brush. Yeah, with the lore, he never left. He's been on Armageddon fighting the whole time. And that's another point in the lore. I'm like, isn't there, like, there's more than 4 planets in the Imperium, right? Alright, autofocus is fighting itself. That makes sense, my autofocus fighting itself. Yes, the bone is done now. What we're going to do is we're just going to give it a hit with, normally I would do just a brown wash to it, a brown oil wash. I still might. But I don't know, I'm really digging this Grimdark wash that the Blanche collection has. It's pretty much, well, you know what? There's 4.5 planets. Yeah. I don't know. Give us a different planet to fight over. Something just happened. Did I just lose live and go back live? Alright. So this, we could be a little sloppy with this. We gotta find all the fleshy bits. Yeah, it's tanned with a white dry brush, and then I hit it with a brown wash of some type. It's either going to be the Grimdark Shadow, or it will be just a brown oil wash. I think I'll do the brown oil wash, just because it's something that everyone, it's something cheap that everyone should just kind of have laying around. It sounds bad, but It's easier to get a hold of than the Blanche paints. Yes, bloody mess, bloody mess, bloody mess. Like I said, we're not being super clean with this because we just want a little messy to show that it's kind of flowing. Yeah, I use the apple barrel white on here just because, white is white. Especially when you're using it for a dry brush. Cheap white, still white. It's bone. See, it's bone. Okay, any more fleshy bits? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Don't believe. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I ran that once in a Death Watch campaign, the Fantasy Flight RPG. What is my camera doing? You focus on this, please. Thank you. I think I know what it is doing. It's turning on the It's turning on and off my macro lens. I know this red is so good, isn't it? God love John Blanche. If there's one color he knows what to do with, it's red. Like I said, we're kind of letting it spooge out. This, I swear to God, even like last time I did the Ossified Undead, they are quite easy. They are the easiest army to paint. Because the last time I used Bestiarium minis with their undead Romans, I forgot what they're called. They're called like the Undead Legions or something like that. And it was just about the same. Like 4 colors and a wash, and she done. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The man knows red. So just let it run a little bit over the bone. Because when we do the harvester over there, it's like, in my mind, all the fleshy bits they have come directly from the harvester as he's just ripping people in half and taking all their fleshy bits. There we go. Look at that. Where's Uncle Baby Goat? He's upstairs somewhere. I think. I don't know if he's up there or not. Yeah. Yeah, I did the live stream with those. I did the whole thing in one sitting. It was like 5 hours. Maybe more, maybe less. I can't remember. But I did the whole army in one live stream sitting. And we'll go ahead and we'll color that. No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. No, I haven't had any air conditioner calls this week. I have definitely had the my light bulbs burnt out, and then we have to go educate them that we don't replace light bulbs. But try to tell anybody that, they get all upset. What do you mean you don't replace light bulbs? I have to go buy them myself. What do you mean? Yes. Okay. The third one. Let's do this guy here. He's got like, I gotta say, some units can be aggravating to paint, not typically because the paint itself, because you forget to print the Ratman carrying the other side of the war throne or the wrong hands. Yeah, yeah. So he's got a rack of ribs for a hat. I love it. I have the guy who won the worker production contest. Yeah, we'll do that as a fleshy bit. Back in January, I just got to the point where I was printing his stuff, and this is what he did. It's a heavy gun walker or a heavy suit for the Dow Union. Man, I got so many off prints for that. Just because I was like, oh, I need the other side, or oh, that's the wrong missile silos, or oh, that doesn't go with this configuration. Like, son of a beat. What turned off? That was the furnace. The furnace. And if you guys can't tell, my 3D printer is not actually running right now. We'll get this in there too. And my 3D printer is off because I have printed everything I need to. I just need to paint everything now. And I have no idea what I'm printing for next week because Uncle C's in charge of armies now. Yeah, weapon stashing. Yeah, maybe. It probably work. Oh, there is not much fleshy bits on here. Let's add some. Okay, we got some there. Um, hmm. Okay, we'll see those fleshy too. Hey, what minis are these from? These are from what did I say they were? Fleshcraft Studios. These are the children of something. It starts with a K. The children of something that starts with a K. Tell you what, that's one of the good parts about 3D printing is anything you have off cast, you could definitely make objective markers out of it. And we'll call that up there fleshy bits too. A whole new tabletop kit? No. This is Fleshcraft Studios is a 3D print. He designs 3D printed stuff, and I'm going to be using these as the Ossified Undead for Age of Fantasy from One Page Rules. What are the faces? Nope, the faces are good. Fleshy bits? No? Okay. Okay. Cronus, I could be. I don't know. It's a collection of his that starts with the letter K. I'm terrible. I should know these things. I've been staring at them enough for the last week while I've been trying to print them. Yes, I'll tell you what, this paint, the camouflage spray paint that I use definitely feels like the speed paint wants to suck into it. It feels like it is not going to go nowhere, which is nice because when I do the oil wash, the oil wash has the tendency, if I don't seal stuff, which I don't like to seal stuff, I like chaos. It will kind of wash out some of the speed paint, or not wash off, strip off some of the speed paint. Boatman of the Dead. So I'm writing my own universe, and I hope to make some models. Would he be able to, or open to making something, or does he make his own stuff? I don't know. I mean, I'm not. It's not like I know the guy. I generally for OPR stuff, if they don't have an army, like they don't have models for it on their own, I'll just go onto my mini factory and find stuff to print. And these, I saw these on a Reddit post for something completely different. And I was like, hey, that makes for a pretty cool ossified undead army. And it was just their turn this week. I'm assuming that this is your first time to the channel. For one page rules, I make an army, a different army every week. Trying to make it look like moldy wood. Maybe if you do like a dark brown, and then you do flecks of like a white texture to it. Yeah, do first time. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. This is just a live channel. If you are interested in one page rule stuff, the regular warbossfitz channel is where I have all of my other stuff. Yes, welcome. 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 Yeah, we like new people. We don't bite. Well, maybe Terrainaholic bites. I'm not sure. All right. Now. I'm going to take a sip. A few glugs of fun stuff. Yeah, depending on the mold you're looking for your wood. I don't really see it much up here. But, like, I remember mold down in Florida on wood in, like, the tropical environments tend to have, like, this weird lichen growth on it. Now, time for these big monster. Okay, definitely start here in the front. Definitely the arm getting ripped off of this dude. Down to the bottom. Oh, just kind of splash blood everywhere. Splash blood around here because I know that didn't come off clean. There's furnace again. Then we got arm stump here, making this hand bloody, and this one probably is handing it off. Lichen can be replicated with basing stuff. Yep. All right, another. Oh God, this is a leg. leg with chunks missing out of it. There we go. Oh, this thing's gonna be a bloody mess. Okay. We're gonna have to get creative here because you can tell what he's doing. He's just finding fleshy bits, things on the battlefield, ripping it apart, throwing it in here. So we'll definitely have to just kind of splash blood around. And let me get a bigger brush. When in doubt, get a bigger brush. There we go. I'm gonna make squidgy noises. Yeah. Oh, you can see the capillary effects of our really rough priming coat there. I love it. Come on, keep capillarying. I'm sure I'm not using the right word, but capillary away. Dark brown, medium brown, dry brush, and then make it a little shiny instead of matte. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now it's kind of getting pinkish as it washes. That's okay. The brown wash is going to make everything look disgusting, and that's what I love. Oh. Oh, I missed the tiniest little support. In there. There we go. Yeah, oh, another thing I can definitely tell you about Fleshcraft Studios is his supports are beautiful. Like, even this big thing, all I had to do was just peel the supports off. They fell right away with no problem. And that is something that I love. What is One Page Rules? One Page Rules is it's a game system, kind of like Warhammer is, or 40K is, or like War Machine is. It's a game, and its claim to fame is that it's quite literally all the rules can be on a single page. Now that sounds like a detriment to it, but no, it's a beautiful thing. Because the main rules for the game are on one page, but the rest of the stuff, like all the armies and things, have their own rules section. They have their own free website army builder called Army Forge. Yeah, OPR is so approachable. It is quite literally. Okay, we're gonna see. These hands took part in the nastiness here. It's a low impact game that is, oh my god, tons of fun. I swear, if I didn't discover OPR, or if OPR didn't show up in my wheelhouse of games, I'll probably be doing nothing now. I'll be over there playing video games. Just blah. Not giving a darn. Yeah. Games Workshop is the reason you play OPR. Yeah, that's where most of the OPR players came from, was GW, or at least that's how it was last time we checked. Nowadays, I don't know. I've had quite a few people saying that OPR is their first war game. We're just bloodying things up now. Just, get them bloody claws. And then always. As somebody who has ripped his hand open, it always runs down your damn elbow. There we go. Yeah, it's model agnostic. So it is, it's you can bring whatever models you want to it. It is definitely a game of your dudes. I don't know, it's so refreshing that people are finding OPR as a first gaming experience. Very refreshing. Oh, he's got literally a head in his hand over here. So these arms definitely get bloody. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this. Ha! Hey, you know these creepy guys? Hey, Param. Yes, these creepy guys. Let's do a little bit more. Do a little bit of flow aid for this craziness. And here we go. We'll use a synthetic brush. Maybe that'll pop a little better. Maybe. Ugh, definitely popped all over the table. That's a little better. Oh my god, it's getting everywhere but where I want it to go. I ain't got a toothbrush. I don't have a toothbrush down here. If I go upstairs and get a toothbrush, my wife will shoot me. We'll go with that. Okay. We'll just go with that for now. We got some nice spooging on there. Alright, so now, next step. I know I said this is more approachable than the Blanche stuff. Try hitting it on another brush instead of your soft finger. Now, I said that, instead of using the Grimdark Shadow, this would be a really good one. If I had an unlimited amount of this, I would use this. But I don't. So we are going to be using an oil wash. And if they sit for a while, this is what happens. All that in the bottom is oil paint. Let me go grab some gloves from over here. Normally I have the cool black ones, but nope. Now I got the the nursing blue ones today. No marine wash. Not for this. The marine wash is kind of not strong enough for what we're looking for here. Get these giant freaking hands. Take that out. Put this here. Yeah, the marine juice is just not quite strong enough. And here, I'll show you. Where was he? 1 second. Looking through a pile of models. There we go. Okay. So these are some of the war demons I'm going to be taking to Adepticon. This was done with marine juice. This was done with the grimdark shadow. This is what we're aiming for. Just a darker, bony color. So, this is... I normally set up the whole army to do this at once. Lizard juice or rat juice or bone juice. You know, that's a thought. Let me zoom back a little bit. Sorry, me and my wonderful high-tech setup here. Alright, so if you have it sit for a while, it'll separate. You just gotta scrub it to mix it back up. And this is just black and brown oil paint with mineral spirits. Prune juice. You see how dark this is? Yeah. Alright. So here we go with the first one. And this is so amazing. Watch this. Watch this. I'm saying watch this. It's probably going to screw everything up. Blam! Blam! Blam. Now, look at that. I completely did that off camera. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Now, once this is dry, which is going to take a day at least, we can hit it with a dry brush of a tan or even a white to just let the bone really pop. All we got to do now is just make sure we're not pooling on the blades. There we go. Why not just dunk the damn thing in? Because we must be professional. No, it's because if I dunk it in, I get way too much in really weird spots. And the reason why I'm using a brush to move it this fast, normally what people would do is they would like go outside and they would put a matte sealer coat on top of it. Normally I do, but for live streams, I do not have the time to do that. I need to get a chest rig so I could be like, okay, everybody, we're going outside. I just hook you to my chest and take you out there. See, this is obviously giving us the darker bone, but also it's getting deep into the recesses of the red, giving it more of a muscly, fibery look. Muscly, fibery look. Listen to me, making shit up. There we go. Pre-make a batch for each step, so whenever you have a weight, I thought about that. But then, of course, the way I produce stuff, like this army wasn't even primed when I got home from work today. I literally went to Walmart to buy the primer on the way home. Yeah, look at that. Just a quick once over. Look at that. Beautiful. Except for that bubble. Yeah. There we go. Pull it out of a toaster for dramatic effect. War Daddy! Hey, what's up, Mr. Wackley? Blam! Ooh, too dark in that one. There we go. Like emerald. Bam! There we go. There we go. Let it drip. There we go. Oh, that's intimidating as shit right there. Well, the dark green camo paint for my Goblin Killer tanks, a little dark, but a gunmetal wash looks pretty good. Good. Bam. Yeah. In case anyone ever wonders why the wood on my table is such a dark color, this is why. I've been oil washing for years, and I think this is the most sealed workstation anywhere, because I am not very clean when I do it. Why? Because why? Why would you be clean? This is about fun. Art is about making mistakes, getting messy. Look, I got out of my white paint jug. That's fine. Go over there. I am. I remember, you just want to have if you do this and you did not seal coat it like I did, just take the oil wash and just get it moving. Don't push deep and you don't push hard into the model, just to kind of glide over the top. Otherwise, you will scrub off the speed paints. Did I get blocked? No, why would you get blocked? You should look like Kool-Aid Mans through Sherman-Williams when you're painting. Exactly. There we go. Blah, blah. Try to call out a wash blob and it didn't go through. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, if anyone gets censored in the chat, YouTube is the one doing it, because as you can tell, I got both hands here. Angry shrimp. Okay, so now we've come to the hardest part. The scythe guy. Oh yeah, I see it. Thank you. There we go. Now we've come to the hardest part. Don't touch it. That is where it gets to sit. Chat defaults to top comments. Oh, you're right. It did. There we go. It's making me hungry and sick at the same time. It does. Okay, I did miss a few. Okay, yeah. Like I said, normally. Tell you what, getting YouTube to recognize that this ain't my first rodeo. I'm allowed to do live streams has been rough, because they still think I'm going to say naughty things. And now just the cleanup. There we go. Just don't touch it. So now I have until Thursday to finish the rest of the army. Look at this guy. This guy's just look, bloody mess. This guy's just cool looking. He's gonna be one of my what are they? The Undead Harvest, or I forgot what the unit name is, but he's one of them. Bam. Then their cavalry. Just their cavalry is just full of just undead centaurs with giant freaking arms. I love it. Where are these figs from? These are from Fleshcraft Studios. 3D printed from Fleshcraft Studios. Here's a couple of the great ones. The great. Those guys, I don't know. Yeah, a couple of those I've got going on. And they're base infantry. Now these are the archers. Kind of underwhelming as archers. Not the greatest. I mean, they're good models, just not the greatest for what I'm using them for. But if I had to modify these a little bit for two-handed weapons. Look at those bone swords. Yeah. That's going to be fun to paint. So I got another 10, 20, 30. I got another 35 minis to paint for this one. I mean, we're all set. Actually, yep. So even already, look at the way that's coming out. I love it. This, man, bone armies are so good. So easy to paint, so much fun. Bone and blood. And then for the bases, we're going to do like a... Only 35, he says. Sorry. I did the Greek army. That was what, like 230 models in a week? That one was rough. But yeah, these are nice. Like as you can see, it's two colors and then highlights and oil washes. So good. Yeah, it's gonna be like a darker-ish sandy base, and as you can see, I put some skeletons and stuff on there. I got those. It was just a bone basing pack. Yeah. And then, in case anyone was wondering, we zoom out a bit. I'm having to do the models in the next... Well, speaking of stuff for next week, I gotta do the bases, but here's all the war demons. Ta-da! They're all ready to go. Do the bases, maybe do a little bit of washing on them, and they're all set. Bat crap crazy. Well, I mean, it's firefights, and for some reason, war demons don't have that many options when it comes to firefight. Like, they don't have a swarm. They don't have a... Like, I got a couple of the mid-grade toughness 3 demons in there, and I got a couple of the guys, the heavy cavalry. They don't have a light cavalry. They don't have, like, they only got one mid-sized troop. So it's lots of troops at the bottom. Sand reminds me of a certain army. I know. Don't worry. Terrainaholic. I'll get your mummified undead on the field. It's just, I can't cram all the undead too close to each other. Remember, I did the vampiric undead, and then it was like, what, a month ago, 2 months ago, and then I got this undead. Then I got to do ghostly undead. I'll do mummified. The next undead I'll do is mummified undead. How about that? I still got to do mummified and ghostly, and I think that's it for the undead. Oh wait, shadow stalkers. They're kind of undead. They used to be undead. Either way. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for me tonight. We just gotta let these sit, let these dry. Like I said, the hard part's not to touch them. I want to get in there and keep doing stuff, but we can't. So that'll do it for me tonight. Make sure you check out our sponsors down below, which is PrintedStarships.com and Corvus Terrain. God, every time. Corvus Terrain. I know what it is, and then the Raven Guard Primarch pops in my head. Is it Corax? No, it's Corvus. Corvus Terrain. And then, of course, Army Painter, that I use 90% of the time. Army Painter stuff. So that'll do it for me. Ghosts, yes, ghosts. Eventually, ghosts are going to be real easy. The terrain is all crows. Yes, it's all a murder of crows. So I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.